Okay, guys, morning. Get ready for another week, another opponent. Playing a great opponent here, San Diego State, defensively. 8th in scoring, 3rd in total defense, 7th against the run, 11th against the pass. Really, excuse me, real good statistical team, real talented. On defense, they still have the blitzing mentality, multiple blitzes. Key players, Tariq Thompson, Dwayne Johnson, their Aztec, and Caden McDonald and Cameron Thomas. I mean, they're really good in the back end, really good in the front, really good football team. Offensively, they're scoring 30 points a game, 30.8. Pretty balanced. I mean, 280 rushing, 147 passing. Tremendous back. Greg Bell, Jordan Bird, Chance Bell. Really like their offensive line. Talented group of guys. But I mean, they've got in their 3 wins, they've rushed for over 347 yards per game. So this is a team that's an explosive run team. And super talented. I would say, clearly one of the very, very best teams in the league. We've had to go on the road opening day without an opening game, and we had to go on the road against Boise on a Thursday night, and we have to go on the road and play, I would say, is the top 3 teams in the conference. So these are tall orders. This is a tall challenge for us, and they played really well, and without their best player against the Colorado team. And I thought really did an outstanding job. I think they were missing a couple of their starters, but a couple of the elite players for them. So that was a really close game. That tells you this is a damn good team. So we've got our work cut out for us. We've been able to get 1 practice in on Sunday. We get ready to have another one tomorrow, and hope we can just have a great week and stay as healthy / virus-free, contact trace-free as we possibly can. Finally get a game in. We've had 2 home games canceled, up the street rival game canceled. We haven't played in, this will be our 3rd week. I mean, it's just, it's less than ideal, but we're excited to get on the road and play this football game. And I just hope that we can be somewhat intact and go out there in a fairly full complement. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
Hey, Steve, Justin Michael of DNVR here. The 3-3-5 is obviously something that San Diego State has kind of become synonymous for over the last decade or so. It's become a lot more popular in college football as a whole. What is it about San Diego State that allows them to run it so well? Is it just the team speed that they have on defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think their personnel is conducive. I think like any other defense, I mean, they all work. This is a high pressure outfit with good team speed, and looks to me like a lot of body types that fit that scheme. So I think it's a good match for them. There's a handful of teams out there playing it. I mean, it's a mixed bag, but I think it challenges you up front to really do a great job in preparation, because a lot of people cut a lot of guys loose against them, and you can't do that. So you got to get your players really used to the variety of blitzes. I think it takes a while for you as a staff to get your arms around their system of defense. And but they play it well, and they've got good personnel. I mean, the same defense is being played up in New Mexico as well, right? But they play it well and they really have good personnel. It's a personnel game, guys. It's not a scheme game. Both sides of the ball. I mean, comes down to personnel, quarterback, explosive players that can score, that type of stuff.
And then just kind of off of that, San Diego State obviously stepped in and faced Colorado. Were you impressed with what they were able to do, keeping the game so tight, just given that they had such a small window to prepare for their opponent?
Yeah, I mean, they went on the road. Mountain West team went on the road, played a Pac-12 team at home without their very best player, a couple of their starters, and played really well. Really very close game, really. And yeah, was I surprised? No. No, I wasn't surprised. I've seen both teams play. San Diego State's a talented team. And so I really wasn't surprised.
This is Kelly Lyle with Fort Collins, Colorado. And obviously you had some kind of last minute decision to lose last week's game. And it sounds like it was made more by the pandemic preparedness team on campus than the Mountain West Conference. Is that the case? And if so, what assurances do you have you can practice and play this week, continue to practice and play?
You know, I don't have any assurances of anything. As you stated, it's completely out of my hands. And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to get into everything. It's just what it is to me. You know, we found out, I don't know, midday Wednesday, and that we weren't playing. And then we found out midday Saturday that we're back on. So just deal with the hand that you're being dealt.
Were there a position group issue that you would have with those Mountain West thresholds, or was it more that the contact tracing process was ongoing at the time they decided to call the game?
You probably have to talk to Terry Desir about all that, but I would say to you that it was, you know, whatever I say will probably be wrong. I think it was, I think maybe worried about an overall positivity rate or an uptick. You know, again, I believe that's what I was told. It was not a positional thing.
Okay.
It was not a conference thing. And we were getting ready to leave Wednesday afternoon.
I was going to say, how close were you to leaving,
Very.
to getting on that bus and heading
Well,
out of
very.
town?
I mean, the only reason we were going to be a little bit later was because we had decided we were going to eat dinner here because of some of the restrictions at the hotel we were going to. But I would say we were literally 20 minutes from engaging in our meetings and walkthroughs before, and then just really just rolling right after that and going. I mean, we were kind of fine to go. So, I mean, these were decisions made. I had no input on any of this. I mean, we were ready to play. That's all I can tell you. Okay, we were flat ready to play.
Well,
And that's it.
you've
That's
been
all
without guys. You've been without guys because of COVID issues for other games this season. You've told us, whether it be positives, quarantines. Was this number unusually high? 7 positives is what I think the PPT said in their announcement.
No, probably not.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. These are all. I don't walk in anybody else's shoes. I really don't know. All I know is what I'm told and what I can do and what I can't do. I don't sit in on those meetings. I don't know exactly what was discussed. I just know that we were told we couldn't play. And I want to say it was something about, you know, that overall positivity rate. It had nothing to do with the conference. It had nothing to do with our ability to put a team on the field. We would have been reduced. Yes, we probably would have been down, I don't know, 5 starters. You know, but that's not a new phenomena. That happened in game 1. We went out game 1 after, well, it was really game 2 for everybody else, but it was our game 1 against Fresno, and we were down without several starters on the road for opening day. It's interesting how it's just the luck of the draw. I mean, you know, our home games, we've been healthy and ready to roll, and they've been canceled. You know, one of which, of course, was Wyoming. The others were New Mexico and UNLV. And then we were ready to roll, down numbers again to go play our rival, but ready to roll. So we've played 3 games. We've had 6 opportunities. You know, the good fortune gods weren't with us on some of these deals, and like I said, when you're home and you're healthy and you can't play and it's got nothing to do with you, then you're on the road and you don't have your full complement and you're playing good teams, and that part.
Last thing I wanted to ask you was just
Exactly.
had to do.
I wouldn't have written that script that way, but it's the year of COVID, and that's what you're dealing with.
Okay. Only other thing I wanted to ask you, you talked about practicing Sunday and again today. Did you not practice today, or were you able to practice this morning?
No, but it had nothing to do with anything. It's just, in college football, the players get a day off each week, and the week goes Sunday to Saturday. So, we practiced yesterday, so that means we had to have today off, or we could have had yesterday off and practiced today, right? That's a normal game week deal.
Okay.
We could not practice. We were shut down Thursday, Friday. We tested Friday morning, and we're able to resume workouts on Saturday, but we didn't get the information until midday on Saturday. So we pulled together some impromptu, lifting and running, which was, I think, the right thing to do. We were down basically 2-3 days of practice. So we wanted to lift them and run them Saturday, practice them Sunday, give them today off, and then start a traditional Saturday game week, which would be Tuesday's your normal Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, travel Friday, get on the road and play Saturday. So that's our intent. I don't see anything as of yet that should stop that. But then again, I didn't see it last week either. So that's not really relevant. I'm not going to go into exactly who's out right now, but we're not, I'm sure like a lot of people, we're certainly by no means at a full complement. And hopefully we can stay with the appropriate numbers to get to Saturday and get a chance to play another game, which we're also, it's an emotional roller coaster. Now we have missed 2 games in a row, so we're going to go 3 weeks without playing. And you're preparing your tail off, working hard, investing so much mentally and physically. And then it just gets pulled away, and you ride this mental roller coaster, and it has an effect. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't. I tell you straight up it does. As a veteran coach, this last one, it was hard. That was hard. And then now the unknown. So you just try to, like yesterday, honestly, the kids gave great effort. We had a great practice. And you're just hoping, you can sustain that, even though the kids start to feel like, what's the odds that we're really going to play? And that's human nature. And I get it. So it's got to deal with all this. All this has to be dealt with. But it's mentally fatiguing. And I think, obviously, selfishly, I really wish we could have been home this week. All our home games, except for one, we played really well in that one. I've been dinged. I'm going to go back on the road again after a 3-week layoff. It's not easy against what I would say is one of the top 3 teams in the league, for sure.
Hey,
Thanks.
Steve, Eddie with the Reporter Herald here. I'm just curious, with the NCAA eligibility ruling, have you started to get a sense from your senior class and how they kind of want to manage that extra year?
I'm not going to deal with that right now. When the season's over, as is standard every year, I will certainly sit down with every single player, starting with the older guys, and just get a sense of where everybody's at. But right now, you got all you can to keep your mind focused on the job at hand, which is getting prepared for a game each week with no guarantee you're going to play. Okay, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. Have a great day, and let's
Thanks,
have a
Steve.
great week.
Thanks,